Hello, everybody. Welcome to TopFCTV. We are live with a new video, with a new show, of course, early in the morning. The first time that we are live um, on TopFCTV this early for the United States of America. And also, I wanted to do this because a lot of you are from the UK, and this is midday over there, 12 p.m. And I wanted to see how this works. You know what I mean? I wanted to see how you guys follow along on this one. But regardless, we got to talk about what's happening, man. We got to talk about what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Listen, smash the like button, subscribe, do all that jazz. Do all this right here. Smash the like button. Helps us a lot to keep growing. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. If you're new, super chats are much appreciated. Thanks for the support to the channel. Um, Listen, we got to talk about what's happening right now in this world of ours. And the big story is that Manchester United, of course, got eliminated um from the Champions League. You know, that's the biggest story right now as of yesterday night and today morning. Is whether Ten Hag, is he going to be sacked? Are they going to get rid of him? You know what I'm saying? Is this what's happening? What is going to happen with Eric Ten Hag? And ultimately, the we are in this world where for Manchester United, this has been the normal for a long time. This has been the normal, and unfortunately for their fans, the near future, the near future doesn't seem really promising. To be fair with you, they have to get rid of this manager. He can't stay any longer. That's 100% right. He can't stay any longer, and the players that they got, I mean, they're pretty much extorted to a certain extent. Big up Guguma, man. I appreciate you coming on. You are great. You are great. Annyeonghaseyo. You know what I mean? I know. I lived in South Korea for a long time. I was saying it. I was saying it on the other stream that you were a part of. Um, I was deployed there with the military and lived there for a year. I was there for a year. Great people, man. I love Korean people, man. They are so kind and amazing. Their food is amazing. Oh my gosh, their food is I love Korean, South Korean food, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate the people over there. They treated me nice, of course. And South Korea is just a beautiful country. Seoul is amazing, man. I remember my wife coming to visit me. We went to Seoul, and it was just amazing. Really cold, really, really, really cold. But other than that, you know what I mean. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But of course, Goguma, thank you so much for that. And of course, we got to start and keep on chatting, keep on bringing the chat, smash the like button if you haven't already done so. Let's talk, let's follow along with what we're talking about right now. And it says can't wait to have you again. Yeah, I need to go back soon, man. I need to go back soon. I love their Starbucks. They're different. They're not like the US. So definitely different Starbucks. I love it. They have pastries and all that stuff. I love it, man. I just love South Korea. Um, but anyways, big up Guguma. And so let's start talking about this. What do you think, Guguma? Like, I know you're probably a Spurs fan, but man, this Manchester United is just it's just in shambles. And the biggest thing is that we just don't know. There's no fix. To be fair with you, right now at this moment, there is no fix. There is nothing that really can be done other than fire the manager, which is feasible, and you can see that that's what's going to happen. Fire the manager, get rid of him, and then ultimately, but who I'm also thinking about it, and who else is out there that can come and do something about it? You know what I mean? Who else is out there that can that can do something to fix it? You can't get rid of all these players. You can't get rid of all these players, unfortunately. Um, Look at that. Yes, Tottenham fan, but I watch Man U Bayern because Kim Min Jae. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That is true. That is true. Yes, 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 yes. Um, a lot of good South Korean guys playing at top level right now. So that's always great. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's just hard. You know what I mean? You got players that don't make any effort, like Marcus Rashford. But to be fair with you, at this moment, Marcus Rashford hasn't even been. Let me share this one with you. He hasn't even been a regular starter no more in the past month. Did he come on today? No, he didn't even come on yesterday's match. He wasn't even in the list. He was not even on the list, Rashford, which is kind of it is surprising. Um, but yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. But see, you got to question all these moves. Rashford, yeah, I know that Rashford doesn't even run. He is effortless in a lot of games. That's one of the biggest deals. But ultimately, at least he should be in the. He is still somebody that can come on and do something. This is a team. This is a very just depleted, depressed team. You know what I'm saying? This is a team that's not even uh, you know, it's a tough team to watch from the players' efforts perspective, from the managers' moves perspective. This is just a bad, sad team at the moment. It's hard to watch, and that's what last week when Manchester United fans were going crazy and listen, I'm a neutral. I don't really get into the banter stuff, but just put this into perspective. Last week when people were saying we're back, we're this, we're that, that was literally a band-aid on a heart attack. It was a band-aid on a heart attack. You know what I mean? It's just not going to be a fix. That was a good win. It helps you with the morale, but the next week you come and you get beaten by Bournemouth 3-0. You know what I'm saying? And then this happens again. You get eliminated in the Champions League. It's tough to watch. Big up to Goguma that says, I don't know who would replace Ten Hag. I feel bad for him. Looks like having such a hard time. Whole team in general seems the spirit is very down. Oh, 100%. 100% agree with you. I feel bad for Kobe Minu. A young kid has to come on in the 80th minute. This is just a bad, and of course he's not going to perform well. He's not going to, you know what I mean? He's not going to perform well because the team is not meant. It's not so he's not surrounded by players, by good players. A lot of people talk about Sofian Amrabat and how he's been a fix. How you know Manchester United were fighting and trying to get this guy back on or onto the team so bad for a whole month from Fiorentina. And to be fair with you, I understand. Well, let's look at the score that they gave him, 7 points. It's just not enough. It's not enough. You know what I mean? There's a lot of flip flopping between the fan base, of course, because they say Amrabat is the key. He is the player, and also, uh, um, let me see, big up, P Morton. Goguma says, and P Morton says the stream is not posting most of my input. What do you mean? I don't understand, brother. What do you mean about that? Go ahead and comment, explain what you mean, and I can talk to you. I can answer your question. Appreciate you coming on, though, P Morton. And so what I'm trying to say is like one day Amrabat is the solution. The next day he doesn't play well, so people, you know, kill him. And uh, you know what I'm saying? Like it all of a sudden Casemiro is not good anymore. You see what I'm saying? It's just a toxic, toxic club. And Laurent, Goguma knows Laurent, and he's part of the Football Tonight podcast on Mondays, and he said it, man. He said it like this is just a poor run club, the worst run club in football, and it's crazy because it is. It is. Um, P. Morton says it's a weird edit thing. Maybe it's my TV. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I appreciate you coming on. Hopefully, yeah. Keep on commenting on United, man. And that right now, that's the topic of the moment. We're gonna talk about something else later on. Guguma says, "Big up, P. Morton. We can see your comments. Appreciate that." Guguma says, "Yes, Laurent and P. Morton. They ruined Varane for goodness sake." But you know what I'm saying? Like that's one thing. One of the biggest things right now. P. Morton is that all these good players came on, and all of a sudden they're not good anymore. All of a sudden they don't work. All of a sudden, they're trash. All of a sudden, they got the sloppy seconds from everybody else. That is so wrong. Varane, even though he's not a captain per se, a captain type center back, he's still a decent and good center back. And to be fair with you, the best that they got. But the manager decided that he's not going to play him until yesterday. He has no conviction whatsoever. When he makes a decision, you can never trust his decision because he's going to flip flop. You know what I mean? In the beginning of the season, let me remind you, he took Harry Maguire's captaincy away. He basically wanted to sell him to West Ham United, and the only reason why he didn't go to West Ham is because Harry Maguire just didn't want to leave Manchester United. Basically, he just hold on to the position, and that's the only reason why he stayed. And all of a sudden, later on, he is he is the he never goes away. He puts him every game. The one player that you didn't want to have, all of a sudden becomes your main starter. Is a center back, and if he didn't get hurt yesterday, he doesn't come off. You see what I'm saying? Like he has zero convictions. He has zero. He doesn't never stand behind his actions and behind his decisions. That's the worst thing you can have as a manager because you can never trust him. One day he tells you you're great, and the other one he takes you off. And when he takes you off, all of a sudden he asks you to come on and fix the team. There's no way any player can trust him. No way. Uh, P says United messed up when they sacked Mourinho. I called it then. Well, I mean, it could be. It could be. It very well could be. You know what I'm saying? Like um, Mourinho, some comments that he made previously were going around Twitter now. By the way, you can follow me on Twitter at CROD underscore FC. You can see it right there on your screen. And of course, follow the channel's Twitter as well at TopFCTV. But you know what I mean? It's just it's weird. But ultimately, I'm not gonna sit here and say that because a lot of people want to blame the Glazers. And 100%. I mean, the Glazers are not they're not involved. You know what I mean? They don't really care about football, and so to a certain extent, of course, yeah. I mean, you would like them to sell the club if you're a neutral fan, or if you are a Manchester United fan or whatever. But ultimately, that those guys are not on the pitch, man. They're not making the decisions on the pitch. They're not making Rashford not run back against Newcastle. They're not. They're not taking away Varane and then putting them on in the last minute. They're not taking away Harry Maguire's captaincy and taking him off the team, trying to sell him, and then all of a sudden flip around and put him back on. They're not doing telling people that Andre Onana is the best, and then he makes all these mistakes, sends away De Gea, who wasn't a problem for the team. They're not doing all that. You see what I'm saying? These are decisions made by the manager. And I said it in the beginning of the season. I said it last season. You guys probably didn't know me then. But I said it. This is not a manager for Manchester United. The pressure got to him. The pressure got to him. Everything went to his head. So, that's just the way I think about it. Guguma says, I don't understand that either. I think Casemiro is so amazing. I thought he was injured because he was not playing. Yeah, I mean, now he's back now. Um, Let me see if he was even, but he wasn't even called on the. Yeah, he wasn't even called for this one, but I think he's back now. Maybe he didn't want to put him on because he wasn't 100%, but he is back now, regardless. But this is the thing, Gaguma. They'll put Casemiro on. He's a defensive midfielder. They'll put him in the middle. They will have no style of play, meaning anything could happen. Everybody moves forward if they want to. Everybody moves back. It's just a mess. And so when everybody goes forward, they leave spaces. They leave Casemiro alone in the middle to defend. Obviously, for obvious reasons, he can't defend everything. They're going to score, and then all of a sudden, Casemiro is not good. You see what I'm saying? Like The reason why Casemiro haven't been able to perform, or the Rafael Varans, or all these guys, some of these guys per se, even you can put Safim Amrabat, even though I didn't think he was a solution for anything, to be honest with you. But okay, it's because they don't have an identity. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. This their style of football is simply send 11 players out there and see what happens. You know what I mean? And so you can never win matches like that. I want to hear your opinion. I want to read your opinion on Rasmus Hoyland as well. Didn't play good, but I was on a football. I was on Football Heritage. I'm sure Goguma, you know that channel yesterday, and we were talking about Rasmus Hoyland, and it certainly he was getting criticized for not scoring, etc. I'm not 100%. He's definitely the least of Manchester United's problems, but yeah, I mean, yesterday was a bad performance, but also the kid, I think he's played 13 appearances with yesterday's match, started 3 or 4 maybe max. The kid doesn't even know if he started, you know what I'm saying? It's just a mess. That's why no player, unless you bring structure to this team, no player will succeed. P. Morton says Mourinho won trophies, came in second in the league, got fired. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? Mourinho is a guy that gets you points, gets you gets you numbers. Bro, right now, to be honest with you, he's not really lighting it up at Roma. So yeah, at the time, I can see your argument as to why they let him go. So that was probably a bad decision. You know what I mean? It all depends on how, because now years later, I mean, yeah, years later, it's kind of like everything before it looks good and now everything looks bad. You know what I mean? And maybe everything is bad. Um, the one thing that teams need to do is give managers time. The only problem is that you can't give this guy Ten Hag time anymore because he's made so many bad decisions. And you say United hasn't sniffed second sense. Yeah, that is true. Well, they were third last season, right? If I'm not mistaken. I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, I get your point. I get your point. But to be fair with you, I think that Manchester United has gotten many more points that they actually deserve this season, last season. Last season was okay. Ten Hag gave them a glimpse of hope, but man, they messed up. The one thing that the directives messed up on, they gave him at the second year. They gave him too much power. He wanted all the power. He said, "Look at this season. We did really well. Made Champions League." The main thing as to why they gave him all this power this season to sign players like, all these players spending a lot of money is because of last season making it to the Champions League seems somewhat a positive um, energy from his first tenure at Manchester United. But they made it to the Champions League. But look what good did they do to them? You know what I mean? Finishing last in the group with Galatasaray in Copenhagen. I mean, badly, badly, badly performed. Badly. You gave them too much power, and all of a sudden, you know what happened. This season was a disaster. Disaster from top to bottom. Guguma Hoyland from yesterday, I didn't think he was bad, but just did not stand out. Yeah, 100%. But I don't buy the Rasmus Hoyland agenda that he hasn't scored. He definitely hasn't scored one single Premier League goal. I get that. That's I get that. He should be scoring. But you got to look at what opportunities did he get. If you're gonna analyze Rasmus Hoyland, you got to sit down, look at the opportunities that he got. How many chances did he create or was given to him that he missed? I remember a match against Galatasaray at home at Old Trafford, and man, he was the one player that he was scary. He was scary, super fast, and I remember some matches in the Premier League as well. He hasn't been given consistent time, and 100%, he's the least of Manchester United's problems. And when if you know something about football, is that when the team doesn't perform well, the one player that suffers most is the center forward, because he doesn't get anything, any shots, any crosses, anything. So keep that into perspective. You know what I mean? Guguma says, I feel like Garnacho is more someone who was making things happen. Yeah, and that's the thing. Against Newcastle as well, Garnacho was the only player that got close to Newcastle's goal, and he's been the one player you can say. Now they took Rashford out and put him in. Um, I will say that in the last few matches he hasn't been performing well. But then again, when you are a team like, and you're playing against Bayern Munich and you're playing against all these guys, I mean, he's in a position where the team that has no identity, so he has to defend all the time. He has to defend all the time, and he's not that type of player. So the team is the same thing with Hoyland, the same thing with Garnacho. These young guys, they're not even 22 yet. I don't think Hoyland is 20, but you can't put pressure on these guys. I always say this: the young guys are there to just not think, just get it done. Flow, let football flow, and make it happen. Don't worry about what's happening in the back. That's the way I think about it, because you can't put pressure on these kids. But in this team, in this Manchester United team, is damn near impossible. P. Morton says Roma don't spend money. They won a single Serie A title in over 2 decades. Yeah, you got a great point. You got a great point. What I mean, Mourinho is an old wolf, man. He'll find his meal some way or another. You know what I'm saying? He's a tough guy, and he's definitely somebody. To be fair with you, somebody that would be fit for this disaster of a job that is Manchester United at this point. Right now Manchester United is on fire, and when the house is on fire, you just gotta get the women and children out, because there's nothing else to do. And so right now they need a fireman, and I think that Mourinho could be an option. Why not? I think he would leave Rome to come to Manchester United. He is that type of guy. He likes that. He likes that those challenges. But the thing is, ultimately, though, is whether are they going to let him make decisions. That's the number one thing. You know what I'm saying? So they got Lukaku on the deep since he and his agent pissed everyone off. Yeah, I mean, but nobody wanted Lukaku, and he ended up convincing them to go there. That's he's been performing, right? And so yeah, it's not the greatest season for Rome either. I have if you like Serie A, I have a Calcio weekly show that I produce. And listen, I have to watch a lot of those, a lot of Serie A, and it's not the greatest season for Mourinho. But again, he is somebody that gets points. He is somebody that just he's a worker. You know what I'm saying? He's not the flashy type football. He's a worker of this. So I think he could be a decent add-on. So yeah, man, smash the likes and keep on bring your comments, because I want to talk to you about these situations, this stuff. Let's move on to the next subject. Manchester United. We'll see what happens. It is what it is. Um, let's talk about some of the Premier League matches tonight. Um, by the way, Arsenal Football Club. We'll talk about them at the end. Um, you know, to a certain extent, in this Champions League, Arsenal have been uh, cruising to a certain extent. I know that Guguma, you're a Spurs fan. You don't want to hear this, but listen, they they are, they are, and maybe we can talk about the goons. Let's talk about the goons first, and then we'll go to the matches that are later on. Or actually, no. Let me see. Let me go to yesterday. Let's talk about Arsenal real quick. It really doesn't take much, because this was I did, and you can always watch after every big match of the big teams. I make videos of my reaction to these videos, and we can talk about Arsenal Football Club. Look, Arsenal 1-1 PSV. This was a very secondary team for Arsenal Football Club. Let me go to the comment that refers to the last subject. P. Morton says Mourinho has almost as many yellow cards as Tomori. Yeah, that's 100%, man. But let's talk about Arsenal Football Club for a minute. I mean, this was a match, even though I actually had, even with this lineup, even with this lineup, I actually had, you know, them winning this match. They didn't do it. I get it. Um, but you the only Gabriel and Saliva and Kai Havertz are the only starters that play in this match. Um, Everybody else, even Jorginho, an all timer, Ramsdale was playing. I thought Ramsdale was hurt in the beginning of the match. Leandro Trossard gets minutes as well, but the legitimate starters are Havertz, Gabriel, and Saliba. And to be fair with you, PSV had more opportunities. I think that they played decent, but overall, both teams played 6 points. It was a very somber match. It was a very just tough to watch type match. But you know what I'm saying. It wasn't the greatest, but regardless, man, regardless, they get that was a nice goal by Eddie Nketiah, and then they get tied on by Vertesen. So it's just a mere tie. Both teams, but you got to understand PSV play with their full lineup. Or I'm sorry, um, PSV played with the second lineup as well, and so regardless, I think this was just a really somber match. I mean, nobody got the better of each other. Ricardo Pepe is one of those guys that you can fear a little bit. American guy, but other than that, to be fair with you, not much. This was just not a good match. But regardless, what you can say about Arsenal is that obviously they were already qualified, so they're not really gonna, what I mean, be in that. They're not gonna risk players because they got Premier League in the weekend. They're gonna have Liverpool at some point in time in the coming weeks. So you know what I'm saying. They don't want to risk anybody getting hurt, etc. But so this was now Kai Havertz didn't play well. To be fair with you, 6 points. But regardless, man, Odegaard came on at the 62nd minute. Declan Rice as well. Ben White. And then you got, if I'm not mistaken, who else came on? Oh, Gabriel Jesus in the 89th minute. That was, but you know what I'm saying? That's the few starters. But Arsenal qualifying with 13 points right here. You can see it. Um, there was no need to risk anything. You know what I mean? PSV second also qualified. Lens and Sevilla out. And ultimately, though, 13 points. This one with a secondary lineup, if they had taken it serious, maybe it would have been different. 12 goals. I know that a lot of them against Lens, but 12-goal difference. You know what I'm saying? Like this was just it's been a good performance by Arsenal Football Club in the Champions League. Goguma says, no, it's okay. Arsenal all good. Also, cool fans like TJ Warren from Arsenal. Yeah, no question, no question. Um, But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? You got to give. I know that in this match, you can't look at this match alone. You know what I'm saying? And you got to put everything into perspective and context. And you got to say, man, Arsenal have been playing kind of cruising in the Champions League. So I don't know how that's going to be. Who are they going to get in the second round, in the first round of 16, and what happened? But at the end of the day, you got to give them props. But regardless, watch my last video on Arsenal, and you'll see my instant match reaction to that one. Now let's move on to the next, and let me read the comments that you made about that. PSV was resting players. There you go. And Arteta was really trying to win the last 30 seconds. There's 30 minutes. Havertz is soft serve ice cream out there. If Pepe works on his foot speed in the box, he'll be a problem. Yeah, no, he's still a raw talent for the United States, man. So you know what I'm saying. He's still young. He needs to get it done. The one thing is that we have Balogun now. You know what I mean, and so that's kind of iffy right there. We'll see who gets more time. Um, okay, so let's look at the matches that are going to be played later on, and let me know your comments. So let's move on to this one. What are your thoughts? Who do you think is going to be a player? I mean, a team that can win on this one. Actually, let me read this comment right here. Welcome to let me see, Lamine Lua. Lamin Lua, is that how you say your name, brother? I appreciate you for coming on. You say Manchester United are in shambles. We need a new strikers, defenders, a mid. It's sad, really. Yeah, 100%. I mean, we were talking about it earlier on, so I appreciate you for coming on. Please smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and yes, you are in shambles. Um, do you need strikers? I mean, yeah. If you look at it from the perspective of we need a striker, that's experience. Sure, Hoyland doesn't have experience. He is only 20 years old. Defenders, I think that Varane is a good defender, but yeah, you do need somebody else because that Stones, you know what I mean. All those guys that come on, the dude that came on for Harry Maguire. I mean, he's 100 years old, man. Come on, we got to move on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, you do need to get some new players, regardless. Um, the manager is a big deal. So big up to you, Lamine. Appreciate you coming on. Gogoma says Newcastle Milan will be fun. Can't wait to watch. Yeah, that's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. By the way, I will be on the Football Terrace and also on Footy Judge Mo's channel right after that. More than likely, won't do a match review. I'll probably do a video live review for this match for this channel. I mean, a video, not a live show. But regardless, just stay tuned to the channel. Please just smash the like button. It helps us a lot to keep growing. It really does. So thank you to everybody that's on. Let's talk about this match, man. Look, when it comes to the Newcastle side, we don't really have. M- well, I'm a Newcastle fan, but I'm very neutral. Goguma knows that. Uh, and this is who we got. You know what I'm saying? This is what Newcastle has. Longstaff is going to come on. He just came from an injury, so yeah, he's going to be part of that. Other than that, really, not mm, not really anything else that can come on. You know what I'm saying? Newcastle have their starting 11, and that's it. Um, but now I'm not ever going to blame anything on injuries anymore. This is a team that we got most players back now at this point. Um, Look, they're playing at St. James's Park. And so, yes, that has, actually, I want to make my vote right here, man. I'm going to say Newcastle's going to win. Look, that's crazy. 57%, 53% think that Newcastle's going to win. 21,000 votes. It is the same James's Park, and it's a different venue. You know what I mean? It's just a different venue, and I think that they have the potential of winning this one. As you see it right there as well, for a reason. People are voting, and you know they can win. The problem right now at this point is that they don't depend on themselves. PSG has to lose their match before before they qualify. Borussia Dortmund has to go out there and beat them. Um, Now, can they do that? I don't know. Will Borussia Dortmund put a secondary lineup because they're already qualified? Now, one thing to keep in mind is that if Borussia Dortmund wants to be first, they have to beat PSG. If they don't care about it, then you know what I mean. It is what it is. Even if they tie, um, even if they tie, they can um, and we win, we qualify because we beat PSG in the matchup in the head to head. You see what I'm saying? So that's good, and we tie away. So yeah, Pete Morton says an already bad midfield for Milan is going to be a hot mess today. Leao is barely fit, and it's in Newcastle. Going to be a long day. Well, if you think about it, Leao. Um, well, the predicted lineup by SofaScore doesn't even have Leao. Now, look, if Leao plays for some odd reason, then it's going to be tough because you got Trippier on that side, and he's not been up to par with. He hasn't been good lately in the past two matches. He's been tired. Now, people ask me, well, would you take Trippier out then if he's tired? Well, no, because this is the biggest and the most important match, and he is your best option. My question was for the manager. Why didn't you give him some rest against Tottenham? You see what I'm saying? Because we went to play against Manchester United at Old Trafford for the Carabao Cup with a really bad depleted team with a lot of young guys. One of those, Lewis Miley, and he was able to perform. You weren't scared of the youth and inexperience. So why would you be scared with Tottenham? You see what I'm saying? And I mean, like Lewis Hall should be on the left side and put Livermento on the right side where Trippier goes. But at this point in this match, there's nothing you can do. You mean you got to put the best that you can put. Louis Miley is not our best left back. Now, if you consider that Livermento is tired, then you could put Lewis Hall there. But I don't think it's going to change much. I think Longstaff is going to come on for Miley, but that's just about that. You know what I mean? Big up to CFC Lias, man. Big up to you, brother. Thank you for coming on the show. You say, are you afraid with Dubravka's shocking performance against Tottenham? But see, I don't agree with Dubravka being a player that performed badly. Yeah, I will admit, yeah, on that one Rich Harlison play, he was caught in no man's land, kind of going back and forth and um just yeah, he made that mistake. But I'm not necessarily, it's the same thing with um with Hoyland, with the Hoyland talk, and you know what I mean. Yeah, he wasn't sharp, Dubravka, but I'm not gonna go. He's not our problem. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He's not the problem. What are you gonna do? Bring the hair? I'm all for it. If you want to bring the hair, 100%. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But are we gonna, just lose our mind because what goalkeeper are you gonna get? I don't understand that part. What goalkeeper are you going to get? Because are you going to get a top name and then 4 months later Pope has to come on? Like you bring that is like bringing the hair uh Onana situation. You know what I'm saying? You don't have there's really not a problem. I don't think Dubravka is a main issue unless, you know, he starts costing you games. And I don't think necessarily that's been the case because even though he was that, caught in no in an island, you can say with Ray Charlison in that one play, because ultimately he should have let Lascelles cover and he stays back to stop the shot, but also it becomes because he hasn't been playing a lot of minutes. So you got to take that in consideration. Other than that, you know what I mean? He hasn't really been at fault for many goals. And to be fair with you, Tottenham were going to win that game no matter what because they were just too fresh and we were just too naive and too tired. And I don't use that as an excuse. Let me rephrase. The manager should have known how tired these players are, and he should have made changes. If Isak wasn't going to perform, you can tell that he was tired. Callum Wilson should have came on. Lewis Hall should have came on. You see what I'm saying? Longstaff should have started. You know what I mean? Like he should have made those decisions. So I blame the manager, not blame it on the tiredness. But regardless, yeah, Goguma says still love Trippier. Yeah, mad love for Trippier. Um, I heard that too. He has been going nonstop. CFC Elias says honestly could switch Livermento for Trippier side to side if Leao is that dangerous. Yeah, 100%. I can agree with that. 100%. Yeah, 100%. That but and why didn't that happen also now that you bring that point? That's a great point, CFC or Elias or Elias. Elias, is that how you say your name? Um, because why didn't he put Livermento on the right side to try to follow um Son? So you see, all these things are coming up that I'm thinking that like, man, I don't want to question I don't want to question Eddie Howe because he is a professional manager, but I'm seeing these things. You're seeing these things. You know what I'm saying? Like it just doesn't make sense. And one of the things that didn't make sense either is Trippier gets a yellow card. Automatically, he's banned from the Fulham game on the weekend, and he's already played the whole game pretty much. You take him off at the 86th minute for what? To give him rest? It makes no sense. He's already played most of the game. What rest is he going to get? And also, why are you risking a new guy that you're coming on because he could get hurt, and then you literally with less tools, less players for the Fulham game because Trippier is not going to play, so just keep him on the pitch. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. But let me go to some comments. Pete Morton, I'd put Trippier out the last 20 and try to get some free kicks. 100%. 100%. He is our best option when it comes to set pieces. The biggest option. Steve said, big up. Yeah, man, appreciate you coming on. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so. I hear you about Dubravka. How about Bruno? Tottenham tactically abused him, knowing he is not naturally a six. Do you think PSG will do the same as well? Tottenham. How about Bruno? Tottenham technically. Oh, well, I mean, Bruno Guimaraes is a warrior, and to be honest with you, again, he needs to be on the pitch. Again, man, I think the team was just too exhausted, and so if the manager would have chosen to put Longstaff, fresh legs, instead of Miley, that midfield would have been better. Joe Linton, physically, I don't think he'll ever get tired if he plays 10 hours. He was out there smashing people like Hulk. You know what I mean? There's a video going on Twitter that he just pushes, he just flips, he bodies somebody. And you know what I'm saying? Like he's always going nonstop. So I think that just that one change of putting Longstaff in the middle, just because he is fresh, that would have changed some things, um, as far as energy in the midfield. And you could have even, because the middle's midfield, the middle midfielder, the one that plays in the middle, uses the most energy out of all of them because he is the one that has to defend, relevate the center backs, also move forward. And you know that Bruno is always going back and forth. So if maybe you would have made that switch a couple of times, Longstaff and or even Joe Linton made that switch, maybe it could have reserved some of the Bruno's energy. Um, but we're here playing if games, so you know what I'm saying. When you're that depleted, I think that having somebody like Longstaff that's fresh, having somebody uh, well, the center backs, it is what it is. You really can't change them, in my opinion. But then put in Lewis Hall, put in Colin Wilson as well because that helps. That helps with the defense. The center backs are the first defenders. When Tottenham or the rivals have the ball, he's the first one to pressure. He's the first one to try to get the ball back, so that relieves pressure from the midfield. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a combination of poor decisions that game, definitely. And in this game, we got to talk about it too. But let me go to some comments. If Richarlison is scoring a brace, it's probably your fault. Yeah, 100%, 100%, man. Big up, Elias, and he says, "Would you rather have a team to defend for a draw or go for it and risk a loss?" Well, the type of football that I like to watch. I like going forward. I like attacking, and I think that what Newcastle have been doing is pressing when they're at their best. They press, they seek the opportunity. They're being constantly intense, but that takes a lot of energy, and you can't sustain it for the whole match. And especially when a team is depleted, you're never going to sustain it. So that type of football, you need to have well rested players, and so we'll see what happens. The team haven't trained at all. They haven't done anything. So listen, this is right there. Pete Morton says it. This is a must win for both teams just to have a chance of advancing. 100%, 100%. I think I will say that. Listen, we lost against Borussia Dortmund at St. James's Park as well. So listen, losing there is not impossible, but certainly, I think that we're going to get this one. I think that Newcastle is going to get this one. But the thing is here, the only problem is that it's not in our hands. You know what I'm saying? It's not in Newcastle's hands. It's about PSG losing their match, and it's whether Borussia Dortmund is they're going to go out there and win. So, listen, my prediction is Newcastle win. I just don't know about the next one because I don't know what the intentions are. You know what I'm saying? If it was just a regular match, Borussia PSG, then I could tell you more than likely. It depends. Sometimes PSG could win, Borussia could win, but the intentions right now is that Borussia don't have to. They're qualified already, so I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they care to be first, if they care to be second. Some people do care about that stuff. So I don't know what lineup is going to play. So yeah, I would say Newcastle today, but just don't know in the next one. I If you are a Newcastle fan, which some of you guys might not be, I do have a secondary channel, the American Magpie, on the description if you want to follow. But regardless, because that's where I'll be doing the watch alongs, etc. I'll be doing some watch alongs on here as well, but they have to be really big matches. Probably Liverpool, Manchester United. But then again, so many channels do it, man. So many. Uh, Good morning, Chris. There is a rumor that Dubravka might be injured. Injured, you mean? Good morning, Lewis, man. Big up to you, brother. Smash the like button if you haven't already done so. Um, I will. Oh, there we go. Lewis is on the stream. Let me go to Lewis real quick. We'll because we have to move on to the Manchester City man. I'm gonna have you come on and have your say real quick. Um, let me see. There you go. What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you? Good morning, Chris. Good
Good morning.
afternoon from the United Kingdom.
To, to do a live stream, I think this is work too, so maybe I need to do it more often. But go ahead, tell me your point of view, man, because we got to move on to Manchester
I
City.
I, I was the reason I'm a bit late because obviously I was popping out to get some stuff for the match.
Yeah, no
Which
doubt,
I'm
no
obviously
doubt.
going. It's going to be a hard game. We know that. Obviously with all the injuries we have,
Yeah,
but as I said just there, like there's a rumor Dubravka might be out.
really.
Yeah,
Well, I don't have anything like that. I've been looking it up, but we'll see. And if it is, then we got to put Karius, the infamous
yes,
Karius, on the pitch, and hopefully, hopefully his previous um Champions League experiences don't
haunt
come
them.
to don't come on this one. But
Yeah, but it's been like it's in a way at least we know if we finish third, that could be good enough for the Europa League anyway.
Hmm. Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. Well, that is true. But me as a fan, man, I'm a very, very demanding fan.
Yeah.
I don't, I mean, listen. Eventually, if we play Europa League, I'll be up for it. But right now, we got to try to do everything possible to win this one. You know what I'm saying? To win this one and qualify. But I mean, you're about to go to Milan, aren't you? I mean, yo,
No,
I'm sorry, not Milan. I'm sorry.
it's at home.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
can't be going
But
out.
you're going to the match.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, man.
But
Hey, hey, get some.
just like you know, if you I think it'd be on UEFA.tv, the under 19s games on there. If you have it in the background, you can keep an eye on it.
Yeah. Uh Goguma says big up Lewis. And so you know, get some nice videos, man, so we can post it on the channel, bro.
I will when I get inside after working.
Nah, big up, man. I
Yeah,
appreciate you coming on,
no
brother. You
problem,
have a
Chris. I get some videos for you for tonight.
I appreciate you, brother. Have a
No
good one, man.
problems.
Take care of
See you,
yourself, brother.
Chris. Enjoy the match.
All right. Thanks, brother.
Enjoy the rest of your day as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was great, man. That's great, Lewis, man. He's a good Newcastle fan. You know what I'm saying? He's always supporting the club. Pete Morton says Dortmund coach needs to win because league form is doo doo. Yeah, 100%. Well, but you can say that about Bayern Munich too, man. They've been losing to some weird teams, and they come on and to be honest with you, that match with Manchester United, I know they play good. United, they play decent in certain times, but you would never thought that Manchester United was winning that game. Come on, let's be honest. CFC says, I honestly feel like PSG is going to be up for it, especially because they beat them up at home. Yeah, man. You know, and they know PSG knows that they have to win. You know what I mean? They have to win. Well, not to qualify, but you know what I'm saying. But if they win, they know that they're qualified. You see what I'm saying? Like they don't have to because if Newcastle loses, then you know what I mean. But it's up to them. PSG knows that it's up to them, not nobody else. So yeah, let us go to let's finish with the last one. Let's finish with the last team, and that is Manchester City. We'll talk about them. Listen, this is going to be a quick conversation, right? I know the City haven't been the greatest this season, but man, these guys are they're gonna. I mean, to be honest with you, actually, I mean, I don't know. They've been getting scored on in the Champions League as well. I feel like City in the Champions League is kind of toying with their meal, um, and so that's kind of what I think on. You know what I mean? It's crazy. They're not having the best season out of their last 4 or 5 years, but regardless, they're still very dangerous. So Goguma, big up Lewis. Goguma says, have fun at the match. Nice, nice. Yeah, he's going to the match, man. I'm jealous. As a United fan, as a United States fan, I can never go to not one single game, which sucks. Um, Red stays in kind of good at home normally, but City defensively got this. Yeah, that's the thing. You know what I mean? Like it's I mean, I don't think that anybody, not even the Red Stars family members, think that they're going to beat Manchester City. I think this is going to be, you know, I, they know that they might lose, and they're going to give their all. To be fair with you, they're going to give their all. But The thing is though, is can Manchester City? The conversation is not about this match. The conversation is about this right here. Let me see if I can zoom it. Oh, I cannot zoom it in. I just blocked it all up. There we go. The conversation is about this. Can they win? Look, they got 15 points, bro. In most of these matches, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, with Young Boys, Leipzig, and Red Star, they got scored on. Uh, in a lot, and some of these are they got scored on in the very first half. Uh, so and City was able to come back and beat everybody. You know what I mean? So they got 15 points though, 10 goal difference. I mean, uh, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the question anymore? Like they're obviously going to qualify, but can they win this Champions League again? And can they? I mean, the tough question is, can they win all of it? That would be never done. Never, nobody's done it back to back. Barcelona of Pep, they won. And also with Luis Enrique, they won the treble, but did not back to back, never. So that would be insane. Um, but can they win the Champions League? And so did they take a focus off the Premier League? Also, winning 4 Premier Leagues in a row never been done by anybody. That could be a historic thing. So you see what I'm saying? Like it's about objectives for me, and I just don't know which one they qualify for or they would go for. City usually hits the gas early February. I wouldn't sleep on him. No, 100%. You never sleep on this guy on this team. CFC Lions that says Pep does need to let me make these comments bigger, man. What the hell? I cannot. Oh, there we go. That's nice. And I can see your picture too. Who's your picture of? Is that Jackson? Look at you, man. Look at you putting Jackson. A lot of people criticize Jackson, but is that Jackson though? I can't really see from back here. Pep does need to play his first team, to be honest, to build form because he has been lacking the past few weeks. Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. He has to play, the same team over and over. That way they can perform better. P. Morton says Pep has been rope a doping the EPL for years. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. A lot of people say, that they play in the very beginning, and all of a sudden in the next phase they switch it on. Listen, I don't think they go playing against I don't think they went against Luton thinking we're just chilling and we're not going to do anything and it is what it is. Don't care if we tie, don't care if we lose. I don't think that's the mentality, right? I do believe that there could be that switch that they just turn on. But at the end of the day, I think this City team is more beatable than any other City team that I've seen. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, Louis, man, thanks for letting me on. I appreciate you coming on, man. You're always welcome to the channel, and he's definitely on the Magpie channel as well. You know what I mean? So I appreciate Louis is a long time supporter of me and the channel. So now I got CFC, I got Pete Morton, and I got Guguma now that I stole from Will Stewart's channel. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate everybody coming on and showing your support, man. 100%. Thank you, thank you. And if this time is a good time to stream, I might have to do it more often. You know what I mean? I don't mind. I wake up early all the time. It's 6 in the morning for me. So imagine. But over there, if you're in the UK, it's midday. So maybe that works. I'm trying to find the best time to live stream for everybody. So yeah, Uh, CFC Elias says only Real Madrid has done it ever, never in England. Yeah, 100%. 100%, man. So, can they is winning 4 times in a row the league is that something that Pep looks on and thinks on. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a it's a different thing. He came on the other day and he said that kind of deflecting from that. He said, "Well, nobody's ever won 4 leagues in a row, so why should we win it? Why would you expect us to win it?" Kind of deflecting from that pressure, And he's such a smart guy. Pep is an old wolf, and to people that don't know what an old wolf is an animal that's old, but has been hunting for millions of years, and he just knows how to get his meal one way or another. So he knows this game too way he's been doing this for way too long, man. He knows what to say and what not to say. Um Elias says is yeah, that is Astrid Wet Jackson. I love the picture because of the passion he's showing. Oh man, I shouldn't have read that. The asterisk chick, man. That's yeah, yeah. P Morton. That's why Zidane still hasn't taken a job since Madrid. Nowhere to go down. Nowhere to go down, but league, but down in league ball. Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, it's what Zidane did at Real Madrid is insane, right? And most people don't give him credit for it. They say that he's good at managing the players, managing stars, but they don't really give him the football credit. And this dude is nuts, man. The amount of champions that he's won like that is crazy. Back to back too. This is probably a decent time, says Lewis. Yeah, man. Big up to you. Um, yeah, just to finish up, Manchester City. I think they're going to have a decent run. It all depends on how they perform or what the draw looks like, who they play. It's been a really easier round of group stage for them, So as long as they take their guys onto the pitch, the talent is going to beat Red Star, Leipzig, and all these guys. But it's the next phase. When they face somebody, who are they going to face? So that's kind of the thing. That's why it matters when you finish first, when you finish second. So maybe these guys are first. So maybe Borussia Dortmund wants to finish first. That way they don't have to play them. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of deal. So at least that's how the draw has always been. Big up. I have to go. Big up. I have to go and have a great day. And big up to you, CFC Elias, man. Appreciate you for coming on. You subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit the bell, do all that stuff. That way you know when we're coming live. More than likely, we'll be back around this time again. And Goguma as well. I'm gonna call it off. I have to go to work. So I appreciate everybody coming on. I appreciate everybody supporting the channel. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It helps us a lot. You know what I mean? To keep growing. It takes a lot of time to do these live streams. Takes a lot of time from away from family. I love talking football. But you know what I mean? It's always rewarding when somebody's watching, when somebody's commenting. So appreciate you coming on, of course. Goguma, big up, man. You're the best moderator in the history of moderators. So I think I would like to make you. I need to figure out how to make you a moderator so you can do stuff in the chat. But big up to you. I appreciate everybody. And once again, I will see you on the next one. Stay tuned because we got more stuff coming on. But regardless, have a nice day over there in South Korea, my second country. You know what I mean? Appreciate you. Also in the United States, of course, people in the UK. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.